Chosen one, pause for a moment. Breathe. What you're about to hear is not just another video, another voice, or another message online. This is a divine broadcast from heaven itself. God has led you right here to this exact moment because your entire life is about to shift. Everything you've been praying for, fasting for, crying for in secret, the doors, the blessings, the opportunities are no longer on the horizon. They're at your doorstep. But with this breakthrough comes a storm. FOMO. Fear of missing out is about to hit you like never before. Why? Because the enemy sees what's coming and wants to pull you out of alignment just before the miracle hits. You are being targeted because you are chosen. The distractions, the delays, the sudden doubts, the people pulling at you, all of it is designed to make you miss your moment. This is your turning point. This is the moment where heaven is testing your focus. But listen carefully. This is also your confirmation. God says, "My child, you are ready. You've passed the tests. Now you must hold your ground." You're moving from wanting to having, from praying to possessing, from watching others receive to walking in your own blessing. This is why you must act right now. Hit the like button to seal this message. Subscribe, join the family of 95,000 chosen ones. Comment 99 below. It's not just a number, it's a prophetic signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Most people will click away. Most will not finish, but the chosen will stay until the end, and those who do will walk into the manifestation of their prayers. This is your moment. This is your confirmation. This is your turning point. Let's go deeper, because by the end of this message, you will know what to do to hold on to your blessing and step fully into what God promised you. Something deep within your spirit has been stirring, a whisper that won't leave you alone. You might find yourself suddenly overwhelmed with the sense that you're falling behind, missing out, or being left out of something big. This isn't ordinary anxiety or the fleeting feeling you get when scrolling through social media. No, this is spiritual. This is prophetic. God is sending a divine alert to His chosen ones. You are not being overlooked. You are being set apart. This spiritual FOMO, the fear of missing out, is not rooted in envy or longing for the material, but a holy sensitivity to movement in the spiritual realm. You feel it because something sacred is about to shift in your life. Heaven is aligning events in a way that eyes cannot see and ears cannot hear, but your spirit knows. You sense it before it happens because God is awakening something within you. So don't dismiss the restlessness. Don't ignore the ache. The divine discontent you feel is a holy signal. God is preparing you for a new season, one that requires a repositioning of your heart, your soul, and your mission. The FOMO is real, but it's not what you think. It's not about missing out. It's about getting ready. You've likely been feeling like you don't fit in lately, as if the places and people that once felt like home no longer bring the same comfort. This isn't accidental. This is divine targeting. God is setting you apart, not to punish you, but to preserve you. When heaven targets someone, it means a mantle is being placed on their life that few others carry. Chosen ones often experience isolation before elevation. That feeling of being the odd one out, the misunderstood soul, or the silent observer is not loneliness, it's protection. God has marked you for something rare, and that kind of assignment demands a sacred distance from the noise of the crowd. When God isolates, it's because He intends to incubate a calling that requires purity, clarity, and spiritual sensitivity. Understand this: being set apart is not rejection, it's redirection. It's not about being left out, it's about being lifted up. Heaven's attention on you may feel heavy, but it's holy. It's a sign that something unique is being born inside of you, something the world will one day see. But for now, God is keeping it hidden. A spiritual wave is coming, one that will displace many from their current positions, routines, and even relationships. For chosen ones, this wave won't just nudge you into change, it will move you entirely. You'll feel like you're being shifted out of alignment with the world, because you are. God is removing your spirit from places that no longer serve your growth. This displacement may feel disorienting. You might wake up feeling spiritually off, like you're present, but not truly here. Don't be alarmed. This is a sign that your spirit is being transferred into a safer realm, even while your physical body remains. God is orchestrating a separation between the old you and the elevated you, a breaking away from everything that can't come with you into the next chapter. God never removes without reason. The displacement is strategic, not chaotic. Like a seed uprooted and replanted in better soil, your spirit is being positioned where it can thrive. And just like a plant experiences shock after transplanting, you too might feel shaken. But trust, this shift is your preparation for spiritual acceleration. God is not just adjusting your life. He is relocating your inner being, Jason, your essence, into a realm shielded from harm. Your body remains in the natural world, but your spirit is being hidden in the secret place of the Most High. This divine protection is necessary because what's rising against you in the unseen is more than you know. Just like a hard drive backs up its most valuable files to the cloud, God is backing up the most essential parts of you: your identity, your purpose, your spiritual gifts, into a divine realm, untouchable by darkness. This is the realm where angels war for your future, where demons cannot reach, where your soul can rest. It is where clarity begins to replace confusion. You may not fully understand what's happening, but you're not meant to. Spiritual relocations require trust more than understanding. Know this: if you feel like you're withdrawing from people, desires, or dreams that once thrilled you, it's not failure, it's favor. God is tucking you into a protected dimension where transformation can take place away from distraction. Have you ever felt like you're here, but not really here? Like your body is present, but your spirit is elsewhere? This feeling, surreal, unexplainable, and even unsettling, is a hallmark of spiritual transition. You are living between two worlds, the visible and the invisible, the natural and the supernatural. This tension is not a malfunction, it's a manifestation of your calling. God often allows His chosen to walk in two dimensions at once, present in the world, but operating on a higher spiritual frequency. Think of Moses on the mountain or Jesus in the wilderness. Their bodies were among men, but their spirits communed with heaven. You are being invited into that same sacred space. Instead of resisting the in-between feeling, embrace it. Lean into the discomfort, because that's where revelation is found. God is stretching your capacity to hear His voice, see His movement, and understand His direction, all while still living in a physical world. It's a strange, holy place to be, and you're there for a reason. When God initiates this divine repositioning within you, it's natural to experience a whirlwind of emotions and sensations that may feel overwhelming or even frightening. This spiritual FOMO, the fear of missing out, is unlike anything you've encountered before. It goes beyond mere worry or anxiety. It's a deep spiritual unrest that unsettles your heart and mind, compelling you to pay attention. You might find yourself grappling with restlessness that seems to have no physical cause, an aching sense of emptiness even when surrounded by people, or an inexplicable longing for something just beyond reach. It's as though your spirit knows there's a greater reality, but your earthly senses struggle to grasp it. Physically, these feelings may manifest as fatigue, headaches, or difficulty concentrating as your body tries to process the spiritual turbulence within. Emotionally, you might feel torn between excitement and fear, hope and despair. It's common to question whether you're losing your mind or drifting away from the people and life you once loved. But these symptoms are not signs of failure. They are indicators that your soul is being stretched, breaking free from old constraints to prepare for a higher calling. Just as a caterpillar must endure the discomfort of the chrysalis before becoming a butterfly, your current experience is a necessary step in transformation. History shows us that many spiritual giants experienced similar symptoms during their journeys. Moses spent 40 years in the desert, wrestling with isolation and uncertainty before leading a nation. The Apostle Paul faced imprisonment and deep internal struggles, yet emerged with a powerful purpose. Even Jesus himself endured moments of solitude and spiritual battle before his ministry fully unfolded. Your symptoms of divine FOMO are part of this sacred lineage, a sign that God is preparing you for something far greater than your current reality. As your spirit is being prepared for this extraordinary shift, be aware that resistance will intensify. Dark forces, whether external challenges, internal doubts, or spiritual opposition, will seek to shake your faith and pull you off course. This opposition can feel relentless, like an unseen enemy targeting your very essence. You might encounter unexpected setbacks, strained relationships, or moments where your confidence wavers. These attacks are not random. They are often a direct response to the significance of your calling. The enemy knows that when you rise, you become a threat to the forces that thrive on fear and division. Yet in the midst of this spiritual warfare, God's shield is unwavering. Imagine a divine armor encasing you, impenetrable to any harm that tries to come your way. This isn't just a comforting thought. It's a reality affirmed throughout Scripture. Psalm 91, for example, declares that God covers you with his feathers, and under his wings you find refuge. This protection is both a spiritual fortress and a peace that transcends understanding, holding you steady when the storms rage. Understanding that you are divinely shielded changes the battle dynamic entirely. Instead of reacting with fear, you can stand firm with courage and confidence. The struggle itself becomes evidence that you are moving in the right direction, that you are awakening a force within that cannot be silenced. God's shield not only protects, but empowers you to rise above the opposition, transforming attacks into opportunities for greater faith and strength. The process of spiritual transformation often involves a profound internal dismantling. God is intentionally removing parts of your old self, the beliefs, behaviors, and identities that once defined you but now hold you back. This pruning can be painful, like losing a part of your familiar world, but it is an act of deep love. God's intention is not to harm, but to prepare you for a new level of life and purpose that requires fresh soil and open space. Think about the metaphor of a tree in winter, shedding its leaves so it can bloom more beautifully in spring. Similarly, you might find yourself saying goodbye to relationships that no longer nurture your soul, habits that limit your growth, or mindsets that confine your vision. This removal can feel like loss, but it's actually a liberation, a divine clearing that invites new growth and greater freedom. This stage demands trust and patience. You may question why God allows certain things to be taken away, or why the transformation feels slow, but every piece removed is a necessary step toward your destiny. It's God's way of stripping away the superficial so your authentic self can shine. As the Apostle Paul wrote, "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me." This replacement is about emerging into the fullness of who God created you to be. Brace yourself. The spiritual shift coming your way is unlike anything you've experienced before. This is not a gentle nudge, but a powerful upheaval that will realign every part of your being. You might feel like your entire world is being turned upside down, but it's precisely in this chaos that God is birthing something new. This shift will shake your foundations, but ultimately raise you to heights you never imagined possible. Imagine the anticipation before a storm. The air thickens, the wind whispers warnings, and the sky darkens. This is the atmosphere of your spiritual season. The unexpected nature of this shift means you cannot predict the timeline or the exact form it will take. You might lose old comforts, face new challenges, or experience sudden breakthroughs. Each moment will test your resolve and demand that you hold tightly to God's promises. Yet within this turbulence lies a divine invitation to step out of your comfort zone and into a new realm of faith and power. This shift is designed to catapult you into your God-ordained purpose, shaking off anything that distracts or diminishes your calling. So buckle up, keep your eyes fixed on the divine horizon, and prepare to embrace the extraordinary transformation ahead. This season is not just about change, it's about recalibration. God is tuning every aspect of your spirit, mind, and heart to resonate perfectly with your next assignment. Like a finely crafted instrument, you must be adjusted, cleaned, and aligned before producing your highest melody. This spiritual recalibration demands your attention and cooperation. During this phase, your desires may shift, priorities reorder, and new insights awaken within you. You might feel drawn to new practices, more prayer, deeper meditation, or acts of service that prepare you to operate at a higher frequency. This isn't accidental, it's divine engineering to ensure you are fully equipped to carry the weight and responsibility of your mission. Recognizing the subtle signs that your spirit is transitioning into a higher realm is crucial for navigating this sacred journey with confidence. You may notice moments where time seems to slow down or speed up, as if you're slipping between two realities. This can feel disorienting, but it's a powerful indicator that your soul is stepping beyond the physical world's limitations into something deeper and more profound. You might also experience heightened intuition or sudden flashes of insight that come seemingly out of nowhere. These moments often bring clarity, direction, or understanding that defy logical explanation. Dreams and visions may become more vivid and symbolic, offering guidance and encouragement directly from the divine realm. It's as if a veil is lifting, allowing you to glimpse the spiritual forces shaping your path. Another sign is an increasing detachment from material distractions and superficial conversations. You may find yourself craving solitude, meaningful connection, and spiritual nourishment over worldly pleasures. This growing hunger is your soul's way of aligning with the other realm, where your true identity is being nurtured and your purpose is becoming clearer. Pay close attention to these signs. They are the divine breadcrumbs guiding you toward your destined elevation. It's natural to feel fear when you realize you're being singled out, targeted by divine forces for a special purpose. Fear often creeps in because the unknown is daunting, and the pressure to live up to a calling can feel overwhelming. But the truth is, this targeting is a sacred honor, a sign that God has chosen you for an extraordinary mission that requires courage and unwavering faith. Moving from fear to faith begins with a conscious choice to trust in God's goodness even when the path is unclear. Faith is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward despite it. Every time you choose faith over fear, you build spiritual muscle and deepen your connection to the divine. This transformation is like a spiritual rebirth, where fear loses its grip and faith becomes your anchor. Consider the countless heroes in scripture and history who faced similar moments of divine targeting. David facing Goliath, Esther stepping before the king, Mary accepting her calling as the mother of Jesus. Each of these figures chose faith over fear and changed the course of history. You are invited to walk this same path, knowing that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. Amid all the spiritual movement and shifting realities, staying grounded is essential to maintaining balance and clarity. Grounding yourself means cultivating daily habits that root you firmly in the present while allowing your spirit to ascend. Practices like prayer, journaling, deep breathing, and meditation can serve as anchors, connecting you to God's peace and presence in the midst of change. Physical self-care is equally important. Spiritual elevation doesn't mean neglecting your body or emotions. Nourish yourself with healthy food, restful sleep, and movement. Surround yourself with supportive people who understand your journey and can provide encouragement when you feel unsteady. These earthly supports create a foundation that enables your spirit to soar without fear of falling. Remember, the goal is integration, not escape. Your spirit moves forward into higher realms, but your feet remain planted on the ground. This harmony allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, carrying the wisdom of the divine realm into your everyday reality. Staying grounded makes your transformation sustainable and your calling achievable. Once the shift has taken place, your mission will expand beyond anything you have previously imagined. You will be called to lead from a higher plane, a place of spiritual authority, compassion, and wisdom. This leadership isn't about titles or control, but about serving as a beacon of hope and transformation for others walking their own journeys. Your experiences of displacement, protection, and recalibration uniquely equip you to understand the struggles and victories of those you lead. You'll be able to guide with empathy, offering encouragement and insight rooted in your first-hand encounter with divine preparation. Your leadership will inspire others to embrace their own divine callings and rise above their challenges. Leading from this elevated place requires humility and continuous reliance on God's guidance. It's a sacred role, one that honors your journey and uses it as a powerful testimony. As you step into this leadership, you become a living example of God's transformative power, a light that shines brightly to dispel fear and ignite faith in those around you. The journey through spiritual Fomo culminates in a powerful emergence, a rising above fear and longing into the fullness of your true purpose. This final stage is where all the trials, the waiting, and the transformations converge into clarity and empowerment. You step into your destiny with boldness, no longer defined by what you feared missing, but by the mission God has placed within your heart. Rising above Fomo means embracing the truth that you are exactly where you need to be, prepared and positioned for impact. It's a moment of breakthrough where faith overtakes fear, and your calling shines like a beacon to the world. The restless yearning turns into confident action, fueled by the deep knowing that God's plan for you is unstoppable. As you rise, you become a source of inspiration to others, walking through their own seasons of uncertainty. Your story testifies to the power of divine love and transformation, a testament that those who trust God's timing and purpose will ultimately soar higher than they ever dreamed possible. This is your moment to claim the abundant life God has prepared, shining brightly as the chosen one you were always meant to be. We are entering a time where hidden truths you once could only sense faintly, will suddenly break open like dawn after a long night. Secrets buried deep within your heart, your relationships, and even the systems around you will surface, not to harm, but to heal. It will feel as though a heavy curtain has been pulled back, exposing the stage where your life's true play has always been happening. This unveiling may shock you at first, but it is God's way of ensuring you step into clarity without illusions clouding your sight. These revelations may come as whispers in your spirit, bold confirmations, or through unexpected circumstances. People's true intentions will be revealed. Hidden motives, both good and bad, will no longer remain in shadows. What once confused you will begin to make sense, piece by piece, like a puzzle falling into place. This process may feel overwhelming, but trust that it is an act of grace, a chance to see things as they are, not as they pretend to be. The unveiling isn't just external, it is also internal. Deep truths about who you are, why you were chosen, and what you're capable of will rise to the surface. It may feel like rediscovering yourself for the first time, seeing your own reflection after years of blurred glass. This self-revelation brings freedom, a chance to live authentically without the weight of deception or self-doubt. This great unveiling is a sacred gift. It clears the fog and positions you to make decisions aligned with God's will. No longer bound by confusion, you will move forward with courage, discernment, and an unshakable understanding of where you stand and who walks beside you. The truth may sting at first, but it will ultimately liberate you. One of the strangest experiences during this season will be your perception of time. Days may feel as if they're flying by in a blur, while nights stretch into long hours of contemplation or restlessness. This shift in time perception is not just in your head, it's a spiritual signpost. God is accelerating certain areas of your life while slowing others, creating a divine rhythm that aligns with your next chapter. When days feel faster, it's because opportunities, changes, and breakthroughs are coming rapidly. God is compressing time to prepare you for your new assignment. The old pace can no longer contain the magnitude of what's unfolding. Meanwhile, the nights feel longer because your spirit is being given extra time for processing, healing, and receiving instructions while the world sleeps. This change can leave you feeling disoriented, as though you're living in two timelines at once. But it's also a sign of favor. Like a potter, speeding up and slowing down the wheel as he shapes the clay, God is adjusting the tempo of your life to perfect the vessel he's creating. Your job is to surrender to the rhythm, even when it feels unnatural. Over time, you'll begin to see how these shifts in time are perfectly designed to move you forward. What once felt like delays will reveal themselves as divine timing. What felt like a rush will show itself to be precision. Trust the timing, even when it bends and stretches beyond your understanding. In this season, God is not just transforming you, He is reassigning you. Like a soldier promoted after intense training, you're being moved to a higher rank in the spiritual realm. This reassignment may not be visible to everyone around you at first, but its effects will ripple through every area of your life. You'll find new responsibilities, greater influence, and a stronger sense of purpose emerging. This sacred reassignment often comes with a sense of holy disruption. Old roles, titles, and environments that once fit you perfectly will suddenly feel too small, like clothes you've outgrown. People may not understand the changes in you, but that's because they haven't yet seen the new territory God is entrusting to you. With this new rank comes new authority, but also greater humility. It's not about power, but about service. God elevates you not for your own glory, but so you can lift others, guide them, and demonstrate what it means to walk in His strength. This is a sacred responsibility, and it requires a heart anchored in love and obedience. As you embrace this reassignment, you'll notice fresh spiritual gifts activating within you: discernment, wisdom, boldness, and compassion. These are not accidental. They are the tools you'll need for your new assignment. Receive them with gratitude and step boldly into your next season. This season will also bring the collapse of old patterns, habits, beliefs, and even environments that once defined you. It may feel as though the world you knew is crumbling before your eyes. At first, this can be terrifying, like standing on shifting ground. But remember, God is not destroying your foundation. He's replacing it with something stronger. You'll begin to see old cycles lose their power over you. Relationships built on dysfunction may fall away. Patterns of fear or scarcity will loosen their grip. Even your thought life will shift as God rewires your mind for freedom and abundance. This collapse is not chaos, it's construction, the tearing down of what no longer serves so something new can be built. It's important to grieve what's ending, even as you celebrate what's coming. Change can be bittersweet, and God honors your emotions. But don't cling to the old out of fear. Trust that everything falling away is making room for something far greater than you could imagine. Like a phoenix rising from ashes, you will emerge from this collapse, renewed and empowered. The old world must fade so your true purpose can fully unfold. This is not an ending, it's a sacred beginning. One of the most exciting aspects of this season is the awakening of dormant gifts, abilities and talents that have been lying quietly within you, waiting for the right moment to surface. You may suddenly find yourself speaking with boldness, sensing things before they happen, or creating with a depth you've never known. These gifts are not random. They are divine tools for your next assignment. At first, these abilities may surprise or even overwhelm you. You may doubt yourself, wondering if what you're experiencing is real. But trust the process. God has planted these gifts within you since before you were born, and now they are being activated for a specific purpose. These gifts may also come with a heightened sense of responsibility. Just as a musician must practice their craft, you will be called to steward your gifts wisely, nurturing, refining, and using them for good. This is not the time to hide or downplay what God has placed inside you. As you embrace these abilities, you'll begin to see doors open that once seemed locked. Opportunities will arise that align perfectly with your gifts. This is God's way of confirming that what He's awakening in you is not only real, but essential for the work ahead. In the eye of the storm, when everything seems to be falling apart, you might feel utterly vulnerable. But there is a profound truth. God's protection surrounds you like an invisible fortress. This is not just a metaphor, but a spiritual reality that holds you safe even when circumstances seem hostile or confusing. The chaos outside is fierce, but within your spirit, an unshakable peace shields you. This divine protection doesn't mean you won't face trials or pain, but it means that no weapon formed against you will ultimately prevail. Think of this as walking through a battlefield cloaked in armor you cannot see, but that no enemy can penetrate. This protection allows you to stand firm, to move forward with courage, and to rest confidently even in uncertainty. Many have walked this path before you, facing overwhelming odds, yet emerging victorious because of this shield. From the biblical stories of Daniel in the lion's den to modern-day testimonies of faith under fire, God's invisible guard is a promise you can cling to. It's a daily reality to embrace, not just a distant hope. To activate this protection, cultivate a spirit of surrender, prayer, and trust. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and remind yourself of the fortress around you. Lean into it. Let God's peace be your anchor and watch as you navigate chaos, not with fear, but with divine confidence. Transformation often brings a natural sorting of relationships. As you evolve, not everyone will travel with you on this new path. Some will stay, rooted in love and understanding. Others will drift away, unable or unwilling to walk in the new season God is calling you to. This testing of relationships can be heartbreaking, yet it is necessary for your growth and protection. You'll notice old friendships that once felt steady become strained or distant. People who thrived in the old dynamics may resist the changes in you. But this is not rejection. It is refinement. God uses these moments to surround you with those who truly support your calling, who uplift you, rather than drain your spirit. This testing also invites deep self-reflection.